Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock friend.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday. Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shut up.
A to B.
Second CAST UNCUT. Is that you? Second CAST UNCUT.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast Uncut.
Like complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut, episode 333. We are essentially halfway there, living on a prayer. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, also known as the guy who will gladly pay you $40 if you let me fart in your mouth. Joining me tonight are my fellow podcast members. He is the sexual god of the great state of Delaware. He is the magnum opus when it comes to the world of engineering. He is the lover of the stars and a man so talented that when his 2 children were born, 2 new galaxies came into existence only to kneel to the presence of his children. That is Mr. T2R6 Justin.
Sounds like me. That all sounds appropriate.
Yep, especially, definitely. And joining us here tonight also on episode 333, he is my best friend. He is Justin's best friend. He is Bobby's best friend because he appears on what was it called? Dummies?
For Dummies.
For Dummies, F-O-U-R Dummies.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm clearly a moron, but he appears on 4 Dummies. He's everyone's best friend in the world. He's the best shoulder to lean on. God, you get to know him more and more, and you just want to take a bullet for him. Like you want to pay a hitman.
Did you say
to try to
take a bullet for him or save a bullet for him? I'm not sure which one you said.
Take a bullet.
I think you said save.
Because you would hire the hitman to kill him, and then you'd be able to be like, oh, now's the chance. You push him away. Oh, I took this bullet for you, man, and he'd be like, oh my God, we're gonna sue this guy so fast. He is everyone's New York-based attorney, the one, the only, Mr. Robert D.
Hey guys, how are you this fine evening?
Yay!
Yay!
So how are things up there in New York? You seem so thrilled.
It's weird. People. I mean, we've had. I can tell you right now. The number of cases in New York City alone is just insane. Every day, every morning, I check the statistics, because it goes up and down and up and down. But today we had in the state only 1,072 new cases. Mind you, a month ago, it had peaked at like 11,000 in a day, so it's really low. But New York City only had 570 new cases yesterday, which is great because we've had in the city alone over 16,000 deaths. In the state, we've had 360,000 cases. That's freaking crazy. New York City has just under 200,000 cases, which is crazy. It's crazy. When you go outside and the weather's nice and people are just stupid. Like, some people wearing masks, some people aren't. For some reason, bicyclists think they're like immune if they're on a bicycle. Just like, why do you think you're immune, stupid? It's like I was riding my bike around today because I had to do some errands. I go to the bank and go here and there. And I got my mask on. The mask I have has like vents on it with filters. It's like, like, when you wear a surgical mask, you're wearing that so that you don't get other people sick. But the mask I wear is something with such high, such high grade, it prevents me from getting sick. Like I had a neighbor be like, "Oh, why are you wearing that while you're riding your bike? That's not healthy." And I'm like, "What's the alternative?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's because you can't really breathe that well if you're on a bike going uphill, but it feels like an anaerobic workout." But I was like, "What's the alternative?" And the guy was like, "Well, don't wear your mask." I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy? No, I'll wear my mask." But it's just weird. People are just sick of it. So they're like, fuck it. You could just tell people are giving up. you know, and you're just like, I can't keep doing this. It's just insanity. But there's tons of people outside. Half of them aren't wearing masks. Half of them are. You know, some idiots are congregating, and you got to walk around them because they don't get out of the way, and it's just weird. It's weird, you know. But it's good to see the numbers down. It really is.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to give the people of TikTok a lot of credit.
Oh, the hand washing song.
Yeah.
Yes, I learned how to wash my hands from that.
That, and I'm also grateful that they haven't done the cough on random strangers challenge yet. Because I'm pretty sure someone's going to get freaking hospitalized or beaten to death if they pull that.
I always ask myself, how do you wash your hands for 20, 30 seconds? I don't understand. And then I watch the TikTok.
It's an earworm of a fucking song, man.
Yeah, but I do it now. Like, I do all the things. I'm like, oh, shit. I see now. This is how you wash your hands.
My nephew Sebastian, I was showing him how I wash my hands, and the old trick was you sing the happy birthday song 3 times. And he goes, no, it's like this. And he showed me this technique that he learned from, I want to say, I think it was a YouTube video he was watching from like Preston Plays or something like that. And he basically had a pair of rubber gloves on, and he put some black paint in it, right? That's supposed to simulate soap. And he basically he showed this awesome technique that covered his white gloves in this black paint. You know, which, judging by the amount of time he spends, in paying attention to individual fingers, and in between, it would cause, it would start sudsing and all that stuff. And I thought that was really neat too. So, but then I heard the washing hands song, and I was just like, motherfucker. So yeah, good job, works. TikTok.
I'm happy for it.
Yep. But all right, so let's get started with did anybody get anything? Justin?
No.
All right, calm down. You're getting excited.
I'm always excited.
I know this cocaine is going to kick your ass.
That's what you
think.
But
it's some good stuff. Did you get anything, Robert?
Yes, but I'm typing.
Okay, I'll go because I'm excited. Go. I had a haul this week. I'm so excited, Justin. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So I went ahead and I paid homage to the American Transformer gods at Hasbro, and I purchased a Transformers Generation Selects Overbite figure. All right, now the story is I got I think they call them Golfer, Nautilator, Sea Spray, and Overbite. I'm like, cool, I got the limbs. But then I forgot, wait, there's 5 limbs, and then the core robot. I was like, which one am I missing? I think the one I was actually missing was Nautilator. But I got everyone else. And I was like, oh, no. I'm like, I don't want this shit, so I canceled the order. I'm like, I want an Overbite, because that was my favorite Seacon besides Snapper. So I got the Overbite. And like you saw in the photos, I got him with 2 right hands. So if God gives you lemons, you get another god, right? You make your own lemonade out of it. So I grabbed the hands off my Generation Selects Ricochet, which is the repaint of Jazz, Stepper, whatever they call them, I forget. Took the hands off, started slapping on some purple paint, tried to color match the best way I can. The mushrooms were a little small, so I did have to use a little bit of crazy glue, Justin. I know you hate it when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I used just enough to make sure it's not stuck in place. It's still movable. And then I was like, well, he's supposed to have talons for his beast mode. What do I do? So I had a Junker G1 Overbite here that had his 2 little claws that he came with. So I slapped them on there, and now he looks fine. He looks like a little wannabe T-Rex. I think it's adorable.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. Looks good.
Yeah, it's my first time at painting a toy in fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right. And then after that, I ended up picking up Perfect Effect Nemesis Gorira.
Nice.
So that, like I was telling Robert, that's a good unit right there.
Beautiful.
I really like it. I mean, it's finicky when it transforms. It's very floppy and shit in certain things. But the funniest thing was, I was watching MGo's reviews on it to see how he got that goddamn backpack. But then Robert showed me, so I got the backpack.
I didn't really show you. I said I didn't know how to do it either, and then we did it together.
Yeah, like I did it. I'm like, I fucking did it too. Yeah, we're like over 40. Look at us play with toys. Yeah, we're cool. But so it's, you know, I loved it, man. It was freaking great. And then today in the mail showed up my Planet X Cadmus, my Star Saber, my IDW Star Saber. I still have my MP Star Saber, which I love, but I adore this Star Saber. And next to
the size on them.
What's the size on them? You know what? I may have a ruler here too.
I'd like to see him next to. I'd like to see him next to the MP Star Saber, just to see what they look like, because I think that one looks more interesting than the MP Star Saber.
There is a height difference. I'll do that in a second. I'll show you guys. I'll post it in the G3 chat. What the fuck? I had that.
Yeah, I still feel like MP Star Saber is one of the most boring MPs there are.
Ouch. I like it.
He's not bad. I don't think he's that bad. I think I like the KFC upgrade set to make that whole victory Leo thing. But
yeah.
He is about 9.5 inches.
Okay.
Tall. Great exaggerated IDW proportions. The big hefty shoulders. You know, the forearms, the feet. Right, they're gargantuan. He looks great next to Finished Project's Warbot Z.
Mm-hmm.
They're homage to Dia-Atlas. I watched the Victory cartoon. So I mean, I watched Victory. I watched his Transformers Zone. Was it?
Yeah, I never got to.
It's been so long.
I've always wanted to check out Zone. That's the only like G1 cartoon series that I have not checked out yet.
I believe it's an OVA.
Yeah, it's only like like an hour or something like that. So
I don't want to be accused of not knowing what I'm talking about. Stupid velociraptors.
But I will take a photo of what it is they look like between the two of them. While Robert, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got this week?
All right. By the way, who was that listener that we used to have years ago that would fact check us?
Retro Robot Radio.
Adam Tucker.
No, not Tucker. Who is it?
Retro Robot Radio.
Yes.
The guy who stole Justin's stuff.
What?
He would steal Justin's footage.
Yeah, he did that at one. He did that for something. I forget what.
He just took your video and put his own audio on it.
I forget exactly what he did. I just remember finding it. I was like, you could just at least credit me where you got it from. So.
Yeah, like Justin wasn't mad. You sounded more annoyed at the time.
Where is that guy anyway? I don't know.
Probably in a mental asylum somewhere because he murdered his family.
He tried to fact check the Bible, and he went insane. What did I got? Fanstoys Iceman.
All right. Did you get it in good shape?
Yeah.
Did you? So I need to with my Iceman. I don't know if you've seen Chuck's post recently, but Chuck pointed out how the screws on the like the thigh, not the thigh, the shin like panels there, they are like probably like 5 millimeters too short. So it's causing like shearing issues with people's. Mine didn't have any problems moving that panel or anything like that.
Me neither.
But I was going to check mine just to make sure, because if I do need to replace the screw, then I will certainly do that. So
is that a transformation joint or just an articulation joint?
It's just it's a joint you flip out the panel just so you can move everything in. Like it's not a panel that you really do very much with. So I'm not really sure how it's sheared or anything like that. But
I thought his post was about the legs falling off on people's.
Yeah, no, he was just saying it's not the whole leg; it's just the panel. I'm pretty sure.
I haven't transformed mine yet. Have you?
I have, yes, and I've had no problem with it.
Now I need to transform this because I want to hit them up for a screw if it's not good enough. But what else did I get? I got let me put it back on the shelf. I got Kang Toys Ferocious. I was on the fence about it. At first, I was totally not getting this thing. I didn't like the aesthetic. And then it just seemed like, chug, whatever, and that's not my bag. But I saw Ben's Collectibles review of it, and I took whatever he said with a grain of salt. But you couldn't deny the size of it or the paint, and I could tell it was solid, and I was like, okay, I got to get this thing, and I'm really glad I did. It is big, it's solid. The transformation is not super simple, but it's not something where you're like trying to figure out, like, it's just intuitive, but it's intricate, and it gets you the beast mode, gets you a solid beast mode, and I love the beast mode. It's really sick. Like, they really thought about it when they designed it, and the arm mode, I haven't put him in arm mode yet, but I've seen the photos, and I've seen the transformation into arm mode, and it's equally solid. It's not like pieces of him are going to be popping off if you move the arm. Like, they designed they engineered it so it would just really hold together well. So it's an impressive piece, and I don't think it's I would love to know who's behind Kang Toys. I really would, because this is not their first time doing this. It's the paint's so good, the materials, it's the transformation is really interesting and intricate, and there are some problematic areas in the transformation, like where the tolerance is a little funky, but those parts are like either ball jointed or like one part on the chest has a C-clip. So if you push or pull too hard, it just pops off and you pop it back on. Mm-hmm. It's not really frustrating. The only thing is some joints are a little too tight in the legs when you're transforming it, and I wonder if just to, unscrew it, quarter turn or something, if that helps. I just don't want to mess with it. But, the only real criticism is like the bot mode proportions and just the tolerances on some of these transformation joints. But other than that, it's pretty damn good. His sword's kind of stupid. I don't like combining swords, combining weapons. That's kind of like an old hat kind of gimmick. I don't need that. I don't need all their weapons to combine. Just make like I like I got the Pharaoh Rex's sword did that, but I got the
I was gonna say that's so MMC.
Yeah, and I got the add-on kit where it's just a big fucking golden sword, and I prefer that. I don't need them to combine. I'll keep all the pieces in the box. So I feel like his sword suffers because it looks like a slice of lemon, But overall, this is a really great. This is a sleeper. This is a great figure. It's really worth the pickup. And it's going to eventually be sold out. And then once people realize how good it is, there will be a pretty good, late tax on it. I hope Tantrum's coming out in June, and I hope that if that one's equally good, then I'll be confident. I'll have more confidence in the entire set. Because I wonder, right? Like, Kang Toys bought the design for what? Did they just buy the design for 3 figures, and they figured they'd wing it for the rest, which is concerning for me, because we know that for Rampage, Tantrum, and Dive Bomb, we saw those. Like we saw the what was it for? We saw like basically, was it a CAD for Dive Bomb? I don't know.
It was a CAD for Dive Bomb.
Yeah. But what about the other two? We've got what are the other? Razor Claw? What the hell is his name?
Rampage. Razor Claw's the leader.
Right. And the Rhino, Headstrong. So I assume Headstrong, if they're smart, they'll just rework Tantrum into Headstrong, obviously.
Right, like MNC did.
Yeah, that's kind of what they are, right? But I can't wait to see Razor Claw. I just hope that they have an actual design for that. They're not just going to wing it. But, do I mind if Razor Claw is bigger than the rest? A big-ass fucking lion? I don't mind. Give me a giant-ass lion. I'll take it.
At least it won't be like a derpy lion like a MP Leo Convoy.
Oh, God. That's terrible. That thing. Oh, Justin, did you ever handle that?
Which one?
Leo Convoy?
From Perfect Effect?
No, from Takara.
Takara.
Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at part of the news here for a second.
He means porn. It is hot garbage. That thing is trash. I knew it was trash, and I bought it anyway. It's just garbage.
Yeah, no, I didn't mess with that one. So it looked fine in its robot mode, but yeah,
it does. But it's that lion face, man. Like it's very Kimba the White Lion looking, and I guess that's why they did it as an homage or like a joke, like, oh, he grew up to be a fucking Optimus Convoy, right? But meh.
This Kang Toys looks like a ferocious robotic saber-tooth tiger. Like they pulled it off. It doesn't look like, oh yeah, I see it. And then like these beast modes, like you get that with the MMC. You're like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's an animal. This thing, like I like the proportions on this beast mode, and it's very the angles on it are very like energetic. It looks ferocious. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
It's very impressive. And it's big. So yeah,
that's big.
It's so big. But that's all that I got. That's good. I'm good with that. Fanstoys is really pumping out toys though. It's really great.
Tantrum's about to drop soon.
Yeah, but then Maverick is coming out. Not Maverick. Magnum. Fanstoys. Stunnicon. Is that Dead End?
Oh yeah.
No.
We mentioning the Stunnicons. I was thinking of it because Magic Square released those CAD renders of their Legends class Menasor
a while ago.
Yeah, and still nothing.
Yep.
I haven't seen colored renders unless it's a fucking digibash, right? Or a prototype of some kind. I mean, so I'm hesitant to pre-order them because I'd love to get like a nice Legend class combiner line going.
You should pre-order them. No, we've seen the prototypes for Motormaster, and they actually played with two versions. I'm not sure if they're releasing two versions, but I think they reworked it to make it more G1 accurate. No, we've seen you should definitely pre-order them. Yeah,
I'll consider that. If they ever come out. I mean,
exactly.
That's the thing. So, going to be moving on to the next segment here on the show, and that is conventions or things that got canceled in 2020. And here we go. In the deep, dark, dank, solitary swamp, Matthew's bloated remains had burst open, but rather than maggots, there spewed forth thousands of Krim-Zeeks. Okay, by remains we mean penis.
Krim-Zeeks. You call them Krim-Zeeks.
Krim-Zeeks, potato, Trump, moron, whatever. So up next in the news, IDW layoff much dang gay tranfurmers.
Oh God, Greg, you're not allowed to do the notes anymore.
In April, IDW made a difficult decision to furlough several valued staff members, and 2 weeks ago, IDW welcomed several of those staff members back full-time. However, as we continue to adapt and deal with these challenging times, we have been forced to lay off some of our longtime co-workers and friends. Although tough decisions like this are unfortunate business reality, there is never a good time for them. These changes are necessary to ensure the long-term health of the company. So basically, the layoffs were like their managing editor Denton Tipton, and associate publisher David Hedgecock. We're mature. Senior graphic artist Gilberto Lazcano, senior graphic designer Krista
Johnny
Meisner.
Penisworth.
No one named Richard Penisworth. And then, of course, their brand and marketing manager, Spencer Reeve. I don't know who any of these people are, so it sucks that they had to lose their job.
Mike Hunt.
Mike Hunt.
Ivana Humpalot.
So, also the new rumor going around is because of COVID-19, Walmart may start carrying comic books. Which I guess sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's bad. It could be bad, mostly because a lot of the comic book stores have suffered greatly because of COVID-19. And if they go through Walmart, that's it's like it's the proverbial 800-pound gorilla, right? You know, it sits wherever the hell it wants. So Walmart will start making policies for their books because sometimes not all these comics sell. You know what I mean? But in the way to be good is for those people that still read comics that don't have that comic book store that's like a 10-minute drive from their home.
Just display them next to the Mountain Dew and Doritos.
That's basically what they're going to do. They're going to be trashed, and it'll be harder for them to...
And lotion.
So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for these people at IDW, but according to a lot of fans, they've been struggling for a few years now. The Transformers comic is like people are 50-50 on it in regards to the story and how it's going. I dropped out. I can't believe I was saying this. I got bored. You know, it was more about politics and less about, like, you know, the core thing of Autobots stopping Decepticons, or what are these Decenticons, or
I
whatever.
kind of the same thing happened. Like, I was reading them pretty regularly, and then I just eventually dropped out and was like, I just don't care anymore. You know, like,
yeah, it's, you know, like I loved reading the IDW line because they were going their own way with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and like I think you can kind of mix in a little of the politics and stuff, but like I'm not really, like, if I really want to read politics and shit, I'll read the newspaper. You know, like I kind of get like these different worlds to kind of escape it. If you want to give me a little like hint of it here and there, like, fine, but like I don't need this. You know, we don't need to twist things on its head and stuff, and like, well, you know, what is it, Well, like, I don't mind if you want to show Megatron was doing what Megatron did for what he thought was good reasons. You know, like the whole Lex Luthor hates Superman for quote-unquote good reasons, but he's kind of crazy at the same time. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea in this case. So, I don't know. I got tired of it, and then I found out, like, I started, like, because I was ordering from my comic shop from college, and then, like, holy shit, I have, like, 20, like, months worth of back issues of comics to open that I haven't been reading because I just didn't care anymore. And, yeah, like,
wow.
I just jumped off. I was like, I don't know why I'm wasting my time or money with this. So
you finally shipped your pile of loot, and it was like that scene from Harry Potter.
Pretty much.
It was like all the, instead of envelopes coming through all of the crevices in the house, it was comic books.
Pretty much, yeah. So I ended up just like making a huge box of comic books that I never even bothered reading and just like dropped them off at Goodwill. I'm like, see you later. So, yeah, what can you do? Yeah. I don't know. I don't have as much time to read comics anymore, and, you know, I'm very selective with the stories. Same thing, like, G.I. Joe got really boring too. I was reading that for a while, and like it just wasn't doing anything. So,
hey,
hi,
hey, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I'm guessing you can't hear us.
I can. I lost internet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you calm down there, Verizon Oscar?
Can't hear you.
Can you seriously not hear me, Robert?
Yes, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. Wow, I just about got angry. In my defense, it is raining out here. So, and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're fine.
Okay, are you still recording?
Yep. Keep going. Make it happen.
Do you want me to read that excerpt first, Robert?
Do whatever you want.
Okay, shit.
So we're moving on. Third-party news?
Yeah, third-party news, Fanstoys Smokey. And, all right. So, this really looks good.
It looks good, but, you know, I would like, well, it has nothing to do with the figure. I just saw this, like, dropping today, and I went to my retailer of choice, which is Chosen Prime, and pre-order sold out. I was like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah, like, why is this sold out and none of the other ones are? Then it started making me panic. Like, I'm like, because, I think BBTS emailed about it, and they're like, this is a limited edition whatever. I'm like, why is it limited edition and the others are not? Like, why is this sold out? I don't know. It's confusing to me. So
I think it's just because people... You sure the other ones aren't sold out?
I don't know if they're not sold out, but like the fact that this guy's just pre-order and like day one is pre-orders are sold out. That's what I think gets me.
People are... See, this is what I want to say. Like, stop telling people, like, if people want to screw up and not pre-order stuff, don't teach them. Because that's just more competition for the pre-orders we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Like even today, thank you. Even today I saw Ryan E. teaching a guy about pre-ordering for free. I'm like, shut up. Don't tell him about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just more people vying for the limited numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I managed to get my pre-order in, but I had to do it elsewhere, which, it's fine, but just I was surprised by that, I guess, that I couldn't get it from my usual retailer because it was just sold out in one day. So I don't know. Is it in a limit? Like, I'd be interested to know if it was in a limited number or, anything like that. So.
No, I don't think it's a limited number. I think people are just getting wise to the fact that they can stop messing around and just do a free pre-order.
Yeah.
I think when it actually hits, keep an eye on the website.
You'll see people canceling. Yeah, probably.
People will cancel.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I mean, I hope you get it through your vendor of choice. Mine's a Chosen Prime also. So, I mean, I think it looks fucking beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it looks great. I love the overall aesthetic. Looks good.
What about Robo Toy Base?
I've never shopped there, so I don't know.
Tony Chi. That's the guy I always, when things are open, I'm always buying from him. He's overseas.
Gotcha.
By the time this releases, I'm sure airmail will be back. Otherwise, he can ship, freight or whatever. It takes a lot longer to get, but I think it's a $10 pre-order thing with him. But if you already got the other figures of this set.
Yeah. Well, I don't have Wild Rider because he's not out yet. So.
Right, but you should just check out Robo Toy Base. I bet you he's not sold out, and his price is usually lower than stateside, and that compensates for the shipping.
Yeah,
and he'll just hold it for you. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I believe it. So yeah, I mean, the thing that I'm only shocked about is just how quickly it seems like it goes up today and it's gone. I'm like, what is this new trend? Like even, like I've seen it's happening a lot with figure arts and stuff. I'm like, I don't understand why that's a thing with figure arts even, but like it does seem to be a thing. So I don't know. Just wondering if something has changed overall. So.
I just wish something looked shitty about it in the images. Like, I feel like we benefited because the other figures, like Motormaster, people are like, the chest highlight's not wide. It's shit. It's shit. And like, so people weren't getting it. It was just so funny. And then people got it in hand, like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
We love it.
And then they sold out. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. I think you're right. I think people are probably just going in on the free pre-orders, and then they'll cancel when they get close to being like, oh no, I don't have any money. I spend it all on Cheetos and Mountain Dew, like you guys say.
Yeah, Tony Chi has him in stock for pre-order at Robo Toy Base. Just go do it.
Yeah, I've already got mine. I'm not concerned. So.
Oh, you got a Smokey?
Yeah, I got one coming. I just, I was just surprised is all.
Oh, I thought you missed out.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
So.
Yeah, I can't imagine everybody's going to be getting it, which is funny, But, if they are, God bless.
Mm-hmm.
The hype is like the competition for these figures is definitely ramping up. Like, you got to be on your game now with the Fans Toys. Before, like just a year ago, there was a good 2-week lag between when a Fans Toys product released and when it really started to sell out in places.
Mm-hmm.
Because the haters were so loud talking about how it's shit, and people are like, oh, that's shit. No, that's shit. I don't want it. That's shit. Oh, wait a minute. It's good. Wait a minute. It's good. I want it. Oh, shit.
I'm going to pre-order 4 of them. Yeah.
I'm supposed to
it's too late, though. It's too late though. They sold it. Was that?
I'm supposed to enjoy this thing? Oh, crap.
Oh, now I want it and I can't have it because I didn't pre-order because it was shit. Now I can't get it because the latex is shit. I hate that stuff.
Yep.
They're sending out stuff with broken screws and stuff. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, their customer service is extremely responsive. Like,
Yep.
I'll tell you what, my Iceman did not come with a broken leg. I know Greg did. Greg got an Iceman and his leg fell off, and that sucks.
That shit
You know?
broke.
I don't know how he did that.
Came broke to that man's house. That's what happened.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened, but it sucks that it did. That's got to be a huge letdown, especially when you see it sold out, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? You know? But,
yeah, that's why I do want to check
Well,
my
let
screw,
me-
because if I can replace it and circumvent a potential problem later, then I'm going to do that. But, I haven't had any specific problem yet, so, we'll see.
But mine, the bot was fine, but mine came with no instructions. No instruction. The instruction packet with the collector's card wasn't in the box. So I emailed their customer service. Yeah. But I emailed their customer service. In like 10 minutes, they responded. They asked me for my address. They said, please understand it might take 6 weeks to get to you, but we're going to send it to you. They were very quick to respond, So I think if anybody's missing a screw, anybody got a screw loose, I'm sure they'll just send it to you, I've always heard that their customer service is good. But I told them who the QC person was. And that's the benefit of the QC sticker. I can be like, yeah, it was QC 32. Beat the crap out of that kid.
Take him back to his cell.
No, they have to be accountable. Get those kids. Teach them a lesson for life. All right?
Yeah. So
Anyway, this thing, I hope it's paint. I don't like how the color looks in the images. Like, if it's yellow, I want it to be really good-looking paint. I hope this isn't just plastic, It looks like just plastic.
The fact that you got a couple different tones of color going on there, there's definitely at least some paint on there. What's that?
It's hard to tell from a lot of the shots.
Yeah.
Some of the shots I see the tones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
this. I think I've seen some photos where the feet and stuff have different tones.
Yeah, you can see it best when picture 4, the car mode one, like you can see like the darker yellow. It'll be interesting to see, like you said, what they did with the body, but I feel like outside of Phoenix, has any Fanstoys not been painted like that? Like, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. So.
Weird Wolf. I think
No, he was painted. He had that metallic fleck paint. See, when I look, if you look at picture 6, it makes me feel like there is paint, because when you look at that hinge joint on his ankle, it's a different color than the rest, but I don't know. It could just be different plastic picture? Or something. Picture 6, Smokey 6. It's the one that has all the Stunnicons that are quote-unquote released.
And the joint is a different shade.
So maybe it's painted. Hopefully it's painted. Who knows?
Yeah, because it's got to be a nice yellow. I don't want to just have yellow plastic. That's a whole lot of just bland yellow plastic. I hope it's better in hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe in the hands too. You can tell the hands look like plastic. So I think the forearms are painted. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe the areas that are not under a lot of joint movement, like the ankles, things like that, hopefully will be painted. That'll be fun. I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good though.
It looks awesome sitting next to the rest of the Stunnicons. So.
Would you keep him with the smirky face or just the stoic face?
I don't know. I'm kind of into the more stoic looking faces, but I don't know. I could put the smirky face on just to kind of differentiate them a little bit, I guess. I don't know. How about you? Which one are you going for?
I might go smirky for him. Wild Rider looks like he has to burp. Is that Wild Rider? Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he's holding in a burp. I'll tell you what, though. Fanstoys has come... What?
Chipotle.
He's like burping quietly. I feel like his gimmick should be like a little fluttering bottom lip. So like He's like burping under his breath. I'll tell you, Fanstoys has come far with their face sculpts. They used to be known for the worst face sculpts.
Oh, remember Tesla?
Yeah. It's garbage.
Looked like he was from a Wet Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
I mean, look at this. This is great. These guys are big.
Yep,
Awesome.
they look awesome. And I love, like, the mass shifting that just happens with Breakdown is just, it's impressive. So
It's extremely. And that's
like,
a good transformation.
You know, I'm excited because, you know, Wild Rider's obviously going to do the same thing. He's the same size. And this guy is maybe a little bit bigger, but he's, you know, an F1 car. I think that's appropriate. So I really am looking forward to see what happens here because so far I'm very impressed. So
I'm wondering, though, how are they going to go? I guess, yeah, because they do mass shift. I mean, they don't split in half, though. I wonder if the arm bots split in half. The leg bots don't need to.
Yeah, so one of these drag strip is one of the arm bots, right? So
yeah,
I think this is gonna be a little bit revealing on what's going on, or what their plans are. But I don't know. We'll see.
And they're not cheap. The price is coming up with these guys. I wonder if they're just folding the price, you know, for the parts forming pieces. They're just spreading it across all the bots. Because this guy was what? Let's see, how much does he cost? This guy was 130, was it? Or was it more?
I think that was right. Let's see.
All right, you guys continue this Fanstoys talk. Excuse me for 1 second, please.
I got a fart.
Smokey. Yeah, 129. So
a little pricey for them, you know?
Yeah, a little. I'm interested. So do we know what exactly their plans are for the actual combiner bits? Like, is that coming out as like a separate release after?
I don't know. It's all rumor if you ask me.
Yeah.
You have to see what the Dalianj, whatever his name is, has said.
Yeah.
I
feel like it has to be at this point because, like, so you release this guy and you've got you have one Stunnicon left, right? Yeah, one. So are you going to really bundle whatever the last one is, Dead End, with all the combiner bits? I don't know. I mean, I guess
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can hijack. That's an opportunity to scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Buy all the dead ends. And nobody can combine their figures unless they pay you a premium.
Yeah. That sounds appropriate. So.
I mean, how much was Dune Rider?
It's
$100. I guess it's not bad. $100 for that. This is 130, and it's essentially a triple changer.
Mm-hmm.
And they mass shift. But yeah, it's weird to me that we're not getting any of the combiner parts. So maybe that's another thing they're gonna do. You know, each bot is about $130,
and then you pay another $130 for all the combiner bits.
Yeah, then you pay a nice chunk for the combiner bits. I guess that's okay. You know, maybe a collector's fine with just having them separate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the end result ends up being here. So
I hope they figured it out. My only concern is they haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
You know? Like this, Iceman, right? He has a waist swivel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they put that damn armature on the back, so you can't do anything with him. Like, who designed this? Like, I was even looking at it, like, you could have made it so, like, you know the metal clip in the back where the two, like, armatures go into?
Yeah.
So, like, I was looking at that, I'm like, why is, like, I pulled on that forever because I'm like, maybe it, like, slides out or something, because, like, if it slid out and those armatures just didn't fit in the grooves, or, like, if you wanted waist articulation, you pulled it out and you could angle them a little, like, yeah, like, you could totally keep some of that waist articulation there, you know, but nope, I couldn't figure anything out with that. So, I mean, you could have done the whole hinge piece completely different. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
now,
that was definitely on the weird decisions that have bbeen made by them. So,
I saw a couple of people on Facebook in the Facebook groups. They showed like ways to do the backpack so that you had a waist swivel.
Mm-hmm.
But the most promising one where the backpack is still together, instead of it being a miniature jet, the bottom is overlapping the cockpit, but the whole backpack sits up another inch.
Yeah,
where
and then
it
it
looks
looks
like a fucking cone head.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I saw that one. You can do that, and like just the whole cockpit of the jet is sticking
the whole
up
thing
way
is
too high.
way up. Like it's like that's just stupid. I'd rather not have a waist swivel. Like, I want to have that dumbass thing with a waist swivel, or have it look like this with a waist swivel. But
yeah.
I was talking to a mutual friend just recently about this question, because I wanted to know if he had figured that out, and he thinks that it's that it was an after, like they had the waist swivel, but they're having stability issues with the combined mode, and that's why they went ahead with this armature here, even though they gave up on the waist swivel. I mean, I don't get it though. If you had a waist swivel, would that really, with no bar there, would that really screw up the stability?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to know exactly what happened. I guess it's possible.
How? But I mean, it's just like preventing a swivel. What kind of stability does that provide? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Unless you need the armature to lock something in that mode. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they've got, what's going on here. So
this figure has to be able to split in two. Otherwise,
maybe unless the combiner mode is just basically like a big shell that already has like part of an arm, and you just kind of fold this guy into the bicep
or his shoulder, like just fold him up so only his ass is sticking out of the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I've seen a lot of old custom Menosaurs out there. Menosaur, I'll show you a picture. Like, where people just basically like slap him onto the top part of the arm. I have to see if I can find one. This is a good picture when open.
Wasn't that what he was like in a cartoon though?
No, in the cartoon, G1 cartoon Menosaur, I believe they actually did form. Well, I take that back. So the G1 cartoon actually does it both ways. So it could be done either way. I'm going to send some pictures here to the chat.
But wait a minute. We've seen the prototypes already, haven't we? Or the renders?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. Open image in new tab. I'm going to send some pictures to the G3 here, because you can see how Menosaur has done it two very, very different ways
this dude
in
looks split.
The same cartoon.
Yeah, here it is.
And then, I'll show you an old custom that's been out there, which is basically just tack the cars onto the arms. Let me shoot that up over here. So here is the custom. So they could totally do that for the combiner bits. Just slap it onto the arms like that. And then there's no consistency in G1. Like, here's two images where, one of them, the cars most definitely make up the forearms, and then the second one is they're literally just slapped onto existing arms. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even like in my heyday when I was doing a Transformers Peacetime and I made a Menosaur, the first Menosaur I made was the cars were half and half, right? Half of them were the shoulder and the other half of the forearm, and the legs were the bicep and the elbow. And then the second redesign I did was based on it was based mostly on fans projects, but I went with the G1 cartoon file I found at the time on Google, where basically it was like the screenshot you showed here. So I mean, I don't know what Fanstoys is going to do, but they do look sharp.
Wait,
I mean,
hold on here.
they look. I mean, it's not for me. I had the X Transbots, and one thing I got to learn is to be more patient with this type of stuff. Because like X Transbots were hammering out the other cars, and then I had to wait till December for Gravestone, and then wait another month for Gravestone to come out, and then finally he came out. By then I got tired and just sold the set, because I was like, like they're just standing there. Like, I want them to combine, and then still, like, you can have Gravestone, but you're still waiting on a trailer to be fucking released now. So
yeah,
if you look at the chat, I sent you the image of the I guess they're just CADs.
Yeah, I see that, where the front half kind of disappears there. But this is going to be an interesting thing, because when you look at the car mode, It definitely looks like it disconnects from the engine back. Like, what you see on the renders on the shoulder is exactly what is in the car mode there. Like, see those panels behind the two wheels and stuff? Like, that looks like the actual Smokey toy there. That's interesting.
Oh, right. Yeah. And look at the bot pictures. That cut. Look at the back. It's like the back of the cockpit. It even has the flare, the flange.
Mm-hmm.
It matches there to where the cut is, and that's the cut at his waist, and that's exactly on these images where it ends at the bicep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's probably looks like he is gonna split somehow.
Here's the deal, right? Check this out. With these Stunticons especially, Fanstoys is fucking pulling a rabbit out of a hat with this mass shifting. They've done it with both of them so far. I mean, if they're following suit, they might pull a rabbit out of the hat with this fucking combining. This could be like the greatest set of all time. I mean, really.
It could be.
Jinx.
All I can say is that I'm looking forward to what they're doing here. I'm still looking forward to their aerial bots, even though some people are a little disappointed with Iceman and stuff. But, I still think it's a goddamn good-looking...
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is a good-looking set so far for the aerial bots.
Yeah.
What if we're thinking about the wrong thing? What if he doesn't split at the waist? What if instead the knees can unlock and come out of the shins and they fold up into the body? Like the waist and the knees fold back up into his torso.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just attaching the lower legs. That's all you'd need to do.
Maybe.
That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm
Push
definitely going to be
interested
interested to see what they do.
Like vehicle Voltron him, Just pop pop his legs off. It might work. I'm really interested.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, can't wait! Can't wait,
No,
son.
It looks phenomenal. It really does. It really. Gee, I mean, looking at that combined mode, I'd be like, man, listen. But,
Code King. What's the other one's name? King Spoiler. Smokey Magnum. They're not really doing the same. I wish they had done maybe Cannonball Run names. Something Fast and the Furious. The Fast and the Furious characters. Why?
What was the names of the previous ones of their previous releases?
Jabber.
No. The Motormaster, because Smokey could be Smokey and the Bandit.
Right.
Road King. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
And then Magnum.
Yeah. Well, Magnum is kind of winking a nod to Magnum PI, probably, right? So.
Yeah.
Does he come with a mustache?
Yeah.
If he comes with a mustache, I'm down. And by the way, our mutual friend.
Press a button, he goes.
Bobby didn't like the idea much, but I was like, I would love it if they had a swap out face plates for the aerial bots, so you could have the actors from Top Gun, the faces on the robots.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer and freaking Tom Hanks.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
You could get the limited edition fat Val Kilmer face.
Oh God.
Oh man, I'm fine. It's a little rut. I'll get work.
They should have done I don't know what names could they have done? What movie could they? Fast and the Furious is really one of them, but what else? Cannonball Run.
They could have done that one, yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, could have done that.
Rat Race.
Yeah, there's a bunch of racing movies you could have done. You could have.
What are the brothers' names? Luke and what? And Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh God damn! It's been so long.
Luke and something, and then you had Roscoe, and then you had was the mayor? Was he the mayor or the sheriff? What was the big white guy?
Boss Hogg.
Boss Hogg. You got a fucking Boss Hogg could have been Motormaster.
That should have been Motormaster.
Boss
Well,
Hogg.
looks like them Duke boys got themselves into it again. Boss Hogg ain't playing no game out there. You know what they'll say?
Roscoe. Oh my
Bo.
God.
Bo is the name of the
Bo
other
and
one.
Luke, yeah.
Bo, Luke, Roscoe, Boss Hogg, and then you got to get another one. Daisy.
You could just call freaking drag strip Daisy.
Drag strip, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He works the drag strip. He has an udder.
All right, moving on.
All right.
I have to read this from the book of Matthew, 36:12.
A reading
After
from
all the
the book of
Krim-Zeeks,
Matthew.
huh?
A reading from the book of Matthew.
Yeah, a reading from the book of Matthew. This is known as Krim-Zeeks 36:12. After all the Krim-Zeeks spewed forth from Matthew's bloated penis, their proximity to each other caused such an electric shock that they Frankensteined Matthew back to life. But now he was a gray and green zombie. Rather than seeing brains to eat, he sees everyone as bacon. And this pudgy zombie is hungry for some bacon. Run for your lives. Up next is something I was gawking at while you guys were, I don't want to say fangirling over, but I was really like caught. I'm apprehensive about this. It's Zeta Toys Ford EX09. Is this a release of the Toy World?
Yes.
Version
so
of
I had to look this up for a minute because I was like, wait, they're making a Fortress Maximus, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is totally the one that was released by Toy World. So it's once again Zeta Toys doing exactly what they like to do, which is let's go ahead and release the Toy World things again because petty. I don't know. I have no clue what it is, but they're doing it in premium metallic color, so it looks good. It's a fantastic toy. So.
But I have concerns because I jumped in on their re-release of their chug-scaled Optimus Prime. I forgot the name of that toy world.
Oh gosh,
yeah,
I jumped in on that. TFCon?
I did not get that at TFCon. I actually got that through from the Chosen Prime. The price spoke to me. It's like, oh, $64. Okay, what can it hurt? I picked it up and. It was the biggest.
This hurts a lot.
Yeah, it was the biggest, most disappointing piece of shit. The thing, like the hands just popped off for no fucking reason. I had issues with one of the legs were extremely loose, and I had to keep tightening a screw. I believe it was. I mean, it was, and now like I'm looking at this, I was excited because I was like, oh, it's like 23 centimeters. You know, that's basically 9 inches. It's about as big as Star Saber. I'm like, that'll look good on my little shelf, right? But at the same time, my issue with the first time they released their Fortress Maximus was, why are we doing a Chuck scale Fortress Maximus if he's not going to be like the...
He's not IDW?
Yeah, he's not the IDW version like Warden was for Perfect Effect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a City Bot transforming into a City Bot when they're the same size as a fucking... Where not even a deluxe class figure can sit on its ramp without falling off.
What is this? A City Bot for ants?
Ants, yeah. I mean, it's really, really good looking... But it's just not for me. I mean, the paint apps look wonderful. And it takes me back to when Toy World was like blowing up with like their headmasters. They had their, Hardbone somewhere out there in LA. That's some male porn star's name. Their version of Brainstorm was released. And who else did they do? Skull Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what this harkens me back to. Plus, they did like a Maximus Brave out of this set.
Yeah, that's the one that I got too because I was like, I'll never have a real Brave Max. So
yeah, and didn't you get stickers, but they weren't cut?
Yes. So what it was is they were all dry rub stickers. Yeah. So everyone was like, oh, they have stickers and they're not cut and the adhesive, but yeah, you had to kind of cut them and take them off the plastic and dry rub them on into place. So that was the trick.
I mean, supposedly, and a big shout out goes to ST Prime. He said the show Z price is much better, and it's basically $63 from Show Z store.
I mean, it's a fun figure. Like if you like the so. This is very much it's a smaller articulated G1 Fortress Maximus. Like there's no way around it. It is that G1 toy articulated basically, And if you like that G1 Fortress Maximus, which I do, you 100% will like this toy, I think, because it is a good toy overall. So,
what's what's weird, we were talking about this before we started recording. What's weird to me is that, at this time now, I guess Zeta sold their design to Unicron, right? So they're not actually putting out this Unicron. It's either that, that's the rumor. Maybe they put that rumor out there and they just kind of set up a new name to release it. I can't imagine they would just sell the design when they're an unknown third party. They could just call themselves something else and release it themselves. Mm-hmm. Hasbro would never find them. So I don't believe that they actually sold the design.
Well, when we see it come out by Atiza Toys.
Yeah, Atiza. But what's the company that's supposedly releasing it?
I don't know.
I don't know the name of the company, but I'm apprehensive about this because my fear is that there may be not as much thought put into the production. You know what I mean? Like, just my experience with that Prime, and I bought their version of Stepper, their MP version of him.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute fucking disappointment. Pins were coming out without even...
Zeta?
Yeah.
Is that the
That's
Jazz
disappointing
Bowl?
to hear about, yeah. The Stepper is the black repaint of Jazz.
I don't
So
know.
it was absolute garbage, man. Like, I've never sat there and thrown a third-party transformer to garbage like I did that thing.
Wow.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking because no matter what I did, you couldn't tighten it up. He was floppy. I'm like, I'm not even going to try to transform because when I did, that's when pins were coming out.
Right.
Wow.
So,
what's weird to me is, they've got Unicron. I assume it's still them, like I said. But let's just say they sold the design. They would have sold that design for a lot of money, right? So they got money, or they have this figure coming out that is making them a lot of money. Why are they going back to what amounts to a knockoff?
Because people kind of want it, man. Like, they missed out on it, and then to find it, like some of these these Chinese sellers on eBay, they fucking highball the fuck out of those prices, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, where's our Predacons? Like, it was a year ago that they showed the CAD of that Predacon, the Predaking. We've got Kang Toys has released Rampage. Not Headstrong. What the hell is it? Tantrum's coming out next month. We've seen the CAD for Dive Bomb. We've seen nothing from Zeta about Predaking or any of the Predacons.
Till we find out that Kang Toys is Zeta.
That would be hilarious. Now that would be funny as hell. That's a possibility. But I don't believe it though because it doesn't feel like Zeta. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Nothing about it. The build doesn't feel like Zeta. It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But are they bad with money? If they're bad with money, they might go the make toys route. Like, that's why they're like, oh, let's release this and make some money because we can't afford to do our Predaking.
Maybe they are like bad with money because they did apparently do a whole bunch of designs for Toy World and never got paid for it. So just saying that may have been the proof that you guys aren't the greatest with money, that you did a bunch of work without being paid. But I digress.
Imagine like they sold Bruticus and Superion, and a couple of guys are like driving Maseratis, and now they realize they're broke. They didn't reinvest the money in the company or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To release this now, I'm not saying it's not cool and that people don't want it, but it's not like there's people out there saying, I can't wait to see their reissue of Infinitor. Like, this is kind of comes from left field. And it just seems like they're just trying to raise some capital. How often can you do that? If you don't know how to reinvest your money into your company, there's only so many times you can do this. There's only so many releases you can redo to get your your production money together. So are they going to go the way of Make Toys? Because I think Make Toys ultimately just, I like their products. They were not good with business, and I think it ruined them.
Yeah.
So it could happen here. It's just that's what I'm seeing. It's not just this toy's being released.
I definitely think that is a possibility.
I'm glad for anybody who wants this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh,
it's not a bad price point compared to what he originally came out was like what, over $100 at the time?
I think it was like 100.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I
don't
mean,
release it.
Yeah, don't do it. Come on, guys. Use your power up your heart.
Do the one that I want, not the one this one. And I just mean like releasing this now. Is that an indicator that you're out of money? Like, is that why you're releasing this and not working on Predaking, or you need money to work on Predaking? Like,
well, maybe Kang Toys is their Predaking, dude.
No, it's the toy world. No,
you don't know this stuff.
I don't know.
Man. A detective. I'm a detective. I see through the media and its lies.
All I know is like Zeta's aerial bots came out really quick. You know, they're Bruticus stuff. They came out quick. And like this Predaking, it's like a forgotten afterthought, which is really weird to me because people would jump all over an MP scaled Predaking, especially if Zeta did.
And their aerial bots were nice.
Yeah. The Superion's awesome. Superion's awesome.
That is, I am seriously suffering from FOMO on that, fear of missing out. I thought it was just a big fucking joke. I didn't think those were the real prices. And then it's like, it's done. And it's like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah.
But things were different in those days.
I've kind of felt the same way, but I'm still holding strong on my Fanstoys, I think.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Their set is looking really nice too.
Yeah. I mean, their bots definitely look good. I'm happy with the quality of the bots that they produced. But yeah, I mean, like, there's part of me that's like, because I remember, like, I got the first, I think it was whatever Silverbolt's name is for Fanstoys. Like, I got him. I'm like, I could be done with this whole set now if I just went Zeta. You know, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but it's fine. I'm holding out. I was like, ultimately, I don't need to, and I know if I got Zeta, I'd be like, I can't sell this one either because I like it, and so I'm like, I just pick one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's funny because this popped up because like I recently just sold my Takara Fortress Metroplex and my Hasbro Fortress Maximus because they were just as nice as they were to look at. They just took up space, man. You know. So I was like, I could use the money to get cool stuff, which I did, which is great. But I look at this and it's like, oh well, this is kind of like now I'm saying it now, but obviously like this was the predecessor of the Hasbro Fortress Maximus, that big 2-foot monster. But now I was like, oh, I could have him again and at a quarter of his size, and he'll look great, But it's not Warden,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Warden's the one that works. It works out great because his ult mode wasn't a fucking city. Like the perk to having Warden was, you can, if you had a G1 Fortress Maximus, he could transform into the head and you could use him as a head unit.
Yeah.
Did it fit on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The face was just a lot more detailed than the G1, but I mean, and then they had that kit to make him even bigger. God damn. But. That's all. But moving on to official news, Unimetal Megatron. This caught my eye because this looks actually gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've seen the Unimetal Optimus, right? And did they do a Unimetal Ultra Magnus? I think, which
they did,
showed.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's cool. I'm glad they're finally It's been a while since we've seen those two things. Like I think we were in the infancy of this show at the time. So,
yeah, I mean, I remember the last time they made a Megatron this big was what was its name? It was like a big, badass looking action master of Megatron. William Fong, most handsome man on the.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he picked it up, and I wanted to pick it up because I thought it would look great on the collection. Being a big Megatron fan that I am, but this looks really nice too. This really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks awesome. Like I think the Unimetal thing is it's kind of it's a niche thing. If that's the type of Transformer you're looking for, it's really cool to see to have a complete Megatron and then have this ability to take away pieces just to kind of see, quote unquote, see the internal workings. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's see. I'm looking through all the pictures because I haven't really looked at it.
Price.
You know what I would have liked to have seen? I would like to see underneath the face. I would like to see that cartoon blueprint looking face underneath.
Oh, like in the movie when he was being reformatted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, But you know what can you do? It is what it is.
Wait, they're like $900?
Yeah, $879.99 on the Chosen Prime.
Come on. Wow. How big are they? Are they big?
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah. Wow. I'm pulling up details on the listing. Hold on, I'll tell you in a moment.
Wow.
He is... Your models comes this massive depiction of Decepticons leading Megatron on transforming, but complete with licensed sound features. Blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't state his height. There's a big boy, I know that.
I remember the Prime had like a, the base. Was it the base had the voice features and stuff? That had interesting sound effects.
I think so, yeah.
I don't think I ever saw the. I saw like the whatever Wonderfest or whatever images for the Ultra Magnus, but I never saw the actual toy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This next one I'm interested in seeing. More Bible-inspiring pics of the Unicron prototype.
So this thing, this thing is
keeps
weird
looking
to me.
worse.
Well, it does and it doesn't. Like when I see the close-up pictures, I'm specifically looking at the second link there. When I see those second pictures, I'm like the close-up stuff. I'm like, God, like look at all the detail, like around like the chest and his head, like that like magazine type picture looks awesome. I'm like, wow, that looks great. And then you scroll down a little, prototype picture 4 where you see the background. And God damn, that looks like shit on his legs. Like, like, and then like when I look at it, like you can't, like, maybe some of those Pringles can be taken off somehow, but like that calf is hollowed out. Like there's a piece missing to accommodate that shit folding in somewhat.
I love the transformation images from the link before, because like they show it transforming and he's just folded up into a ball inside of it. It's funny as fuck. He's just crunched up holding his knees.
You look at picture 051 and that picture 10 frame, he looks like a sad Unicron, horns all facing down, like, oh, nobody wants me to eat their planet.
You saw my secret. I'm just a show form.
I'm a piece of shit. Where?
This big, expensive piece of shit with no aftermarket value because Hasbro overproduced me.
Yeah.
and fake the scarcity to get everybody to buy it. Oh God.
Oh, you gotta get that Velociraptor to write back in another 33,000 page dissertation on why you're wrong.
Yeah, I like the like skeleton like underneath his face and stuff. Like that's kind of cool. But
where do you see that?
It says HasLab Unicron picture 5, prototype picture 5. So it's where you kind of see the close-ups of the face and like they show like how the eyes can kind of move around in there and stuff like that. Like the eyes are positioned, though I think the lighting of it makes it look worse than it is, but like all that detail that's sculpted in looks great. But then like, okay, so then I'm looking and then like picture 6, like you fucking built waffles into his hands. Like you cheap bastards got $600 for this and you couldn't make those hands more solid? Like you still had to scrape out pennies?
Picture 6.
Picture 6 on the second link. It has Unicron's head, says 2010.
Oh,
and
you're
if
looking
you
on
look
the
up,
first one, like, what the hell is he talking about?
yeah, they have him holding the Nemesis in his hand, and then like right above that picture is the hand wide open. They're like showing the articulation, and they're showing off all the waffles. Also, it looks like his fingers can't move in any direction. Like this is a massive figure. And he's stuck to making a fist, right? Like, you can either have it open like he's karate chopping. You can have the fingers at different levels of being open, but, like, you can't splay the hands out, which, like... Yeah, like, that's a problem. Like, when it's a smaller figure, like, if you were to take, like, those Gundam articulated fingers, like the old school ones, and put them on like MP10 Prime, it sucks. But when you have a figure this big, like, fucking figure it out. And you're not showing me, in my opinion, those aren't a $600 figure's hands to have big old waffles in them.
Justin, these fingers, this hand, has about as much articulation as the fucking hand for the Piranacon combiner.
Exactly. And, like, it's big enough that a fucking baby could shake hands with this thing, you know? Like, and that's the best you could do. Like, that's disappointing.
Grab at shit, you know, and you have to be able to display the fingers to display it like that. You know, Cinda. Like, look at the Toy World's constructor. This guy's fingers can display, and it gives that menacing, like, I'm gonna get you.
Exactly.
Pose.
Yeah, like,
dude, look at Iron Factory's DJD or any of their combiners. Their Decepticon Justice Division combiner. That hand can display open.
Oh, the Iron Factory?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I wish I could just call HasLab and be like, can you just refund me and not send me this thing, because I don't want it anymore. Like, the more you show, the more disappointed I am about this. And I'm like, also, I don't want this.
You know, the thing is also, we look at the detail in the face and everything. I find that the details pop more when it's the gray plastic.
Well, it absolutely does. Once it gets color plastic, it's going to get lost more. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really see this much detail.
Yeah.
It'll, like, pull up and, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is beautiful looking, all the sculpted detail and everything, but, like, come on. Like, the engineering is so flawed for such an expensive figure.
Oh, now, Justin, they work hard on this, okay?
Yeah.
They work hard on this.
Like, you see his collar, picture 7, you see his little collar sticking up, and then you see the whole shell of the rest of his planet sticking up above that. Like, I don't.
Yeah, dude, I finally got my look at his back photos there, and freaking in the second link, photo 4, and it's like it looks like he literally has some Ruffles potato chips lined up around his calf, and he has a few more potato chips jumped up on his back. That's his planet mode.
Yeah, and Oscar, that same picture, that very middle picture where they show his whole back, like, look how much of his calf is carved away. So those things can kind of fold in somewhat presentably. Like, I'm looking at it, it's like maybe you can pop off the outermost two, because it looks like there's like a some kind of hinge joint holding them on. But, like, come on, that, like, the Armada Unicron did better engineering than this. You know, at this point, like,
Unicron, as your doctor, I must inform you. I'm sorry, but apparently you have calf cancer.
He's got something.
Gills.
Yeah, like, it just really upsets me, because, like, I wish it wasn't too late to back out. I really wish. So.
And then moments like this, you wish you could hire a crackhead just to go buy Hasbro Studios and fuck shit up. Here's a crack rock. Go crazy. Before the jobber. Yeah. I'm not even going to read the comments in this thread, because there's some people I'm pretty sure are defending it. Like, oh, it's so beautiful.
I'm sure there are.
So glad I got mine in.
Listen, there's going to be a market for it, because it is an official Hasbro thing. And it's, you know, the biggest Transformer out there, like, official Transformer out there and all that. And, like, there's things to like about it, but there's so much in every picture that, like, as an engineering person, I'm like, how did you drop the ball so bad? You know?
Well, again, they work hard, you know, and they make posts on Facebook about how hard they work, and they get pissy when the people that the product is not aimed at in the first place complain about it. And, you know, all they do is just make sure that everyone supports them in the comments, so that person can leave a thumbs up on it. So, yeah, whatever, man. I mean, I wasn't into this when it first came out. I'm still not, and I feel sorry for you, Justin. I feel like you wasted your money.
Oh, I definitely feel like I wasted my money.
And I'm sure some people are going to be enjoying this, and that's fucking awesome. You know? But for me, have fun with
people are holding on to hope. I'm looking at the comments, and one guy is trying to claim that they've showed off some of the mold trays, they're not as bulky as what you see here. Hey, stupid. The mold trays are flat. put it all together in a 3-dimensional figure, dumbass, and then you get the Pringles.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I'm pretty sure what you've got there also includes some of the injection apparatus as well. I mean, maybe it's not as smushed together as it could be, but that's a far cry from it being compact.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So I'm looking at the first link. What is this picture 9? Like, what confuses me here is you've got a Unicron that doesn't have any of this stuff. It doesn't look at all.
It kind of looks clean.
Which one?
Like,
it looks neat.
Wait, which one?
It's the first link, and then go to the very bottom, or the last picture. It's like sitting next to Fortress Maximus.
That's the first image they released before they showed us the fucking Pringles.
Yeah, because like that's clean.
That's what hooked everyone.
But like that is
hereby
that is not the same. That's not the same calves as this one. Like even if you remove the Pringles from it, it is not the same figure.
No.
From here on out, on this podcast, we will refer to this unit as Pringlecron.
Mm-hmm. And like all the spikes like coming off the back there, like that doesn't look the same to me. I maybe I'm wrong, but I guess it could be if they removed the very back part of the planet. But I don't know. So where's the comments on the mold trays? Where are people seeing mold trays? Because
2 in the second link.
Uh-huh.
If you look at this fellow, this young man, scroll down after the Orson Welles video, BB Shockwave. Hasbro's a huge company. No, that's not it. No, he's quoting somebody, MX-01 Archon. That's who he's quoting. It's in that guy's quote. But they did show off some of the mold trays in the latest update, and they're not as bulky as what you show here. I'm pretty sure what you've got there also includes some of the injection apparatus as well. People are still in denial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you can look at this, just because you've seen the mold trays and stuff like that, if you can look at this particular figure and you in your heart of hearts believe that what's being shown here is more bulky than it's going to end up being, like, you are kidding yourself.
Yeah, well, what do you open up a Gundam box and go, this thing's fucking flat?
Yeah. So.
What a shitty thing. It's 2-dimensional.
And I can tell you this much, that like probably what's being used for the prototyping and stuff is probably overall like what's used for prototyping usually ends up not being as subject to, like, you know, the different like tolerances that you get with the actual product. So there's a chance that this ends up being more bulky, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, I have a feeling it's going to end up looking exactly like it does now. So.
This thing's going to have so much backpack kibble that if you're standing with it in the middle of your display room and you turn around, you're going to knock over half your toys.
Yeah, well, sorry. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into your backpack there.
This guy looks like the fucking Skeksis is sending him to go hunt some gelflings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, this is just, it's not for me. I'm sorry.
But you bought one.
I did buy one because I had that fear of missing out, and I regret every minute of that, and I hope to turn this around and pick up the Zeta one for a fraction of the price and actually be happy. So, I hope.
I bought 2 of these.
Yeah.
Hello. Eric B's going to buy one off me, though.
I definitely think, you know, if I get this guy, he doesn't even get open. He just gets put on eBay, and, you know, I start him for what I paid for him plus shipping, and whatever happens, happens.
I feel like you can sell anything now on eBay if you put in the listing not from China, like not a Chinese seller. People will flock to buy from you. You know, I don't know who is still buying from Chinese sellers. It's like, whatever scam artists there are, they've ruined it for any other honest sellers based in China.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy anything from a Chinese seller on eBay?
Me? Yeah, I don't mind.
Not because they're Chinese. It's just because big scams come from retailers in China, quote-unquote retailers.
Yeah, no, that happens. I have been subject to my fair number of them, but that still doesn't. Usually I look, and if the price looks like it's not too good to be true, then I'm fine. I'll go ahead and I'll place my order. But I've had even then where it doesn't come through. So I mean, what can you do? So
yeah, you could just say, based out of Delaware, seller. I want $700.
And then there'll be people in the country who'll be like, Delaware? What country is that?
Delaware is that? I thought they just had a little river there. There are people there?
People live there?
It's just trees and a river.
No joke. One of my favorite YouTubers, I sent something, and he's like, DE? What? He's like, what state is that? He's like, is that Denver? I'm like, Denver?
It's a good thing you review toys and not teach social studies. Or geography, for that matter. Jesus.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Next one is just a rumor, which is basically a Reddit user type next has shared an image of a possible Earthrise Optimus Prime repaint. No word on any release information. Just as well made custom figure. Keep an eye on the front page for more information once we get it. It's about a sleep mode supposed of Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the first time they ever made like a dead air quotes here because you could see that, but a dead Optimus Prime.
I saw
in the mainline toy line like that, not like MP, because MP's done that a whole ton of times.
Yeah. For the mainline toy line. I've always seen third-party companies do it. I don't...
MP01 and MP10 both had this dead Prime, basically.
Oh, shit. Put me in my place, Captain Savage.
Yeah.
Well, Hasbro's been missing out, man. They should be repainting every single Prime they do. They're missing money.
Yep. I was actually wondering by this picture. I'm like, is this even possible that someone just took a picture and then desaturated just the Prime?
They use this the wand in Photoshop and just desaturated. Nailed it. They're gonna think this is real. I'm gonna get my TFW credits. Chow.
I mean, really wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, I mean, God, I remember all the bullshit. When I frequented the boards a lot, everyone was too busy. Well, you make sure I get my credits because I sent you this information about this post. Okay, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll make sure the credits are applied accordingly. It's like, okay, great. I just don't want to get cheaped out again. I was like, really? That's what you live for? To get points in a fucking TFW thread? Come on, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, that stuff
no one cares about this.
That stuff is super important to some people. All the your virtual score.
No.
So
they want recognition because they don't get it often in real life, so they want it virtually online. It's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of recognition, that does it.
Well, we have.
I want to give a big shout out to a mutual friend of me and Robert's, and I'm sure you spoke to him sometimes, Justin. The sad part is I just said that looking at my wall like you're there. Eddie Dustmites from Realm of Collectors sent me a PM saying he loved the Sencho skit we did last week.
Thank you.
Had him laughing really hard, and he thanks me for it. It's very rare I get Eddie to talk to me without using GIFs. That's what
really?
Yeah, that's what he does. Oh, I'll never forget. I posted something. I think it was like when I posted that little video when I was at Target and I found the Quintesson for the Cyberverse line. And he just posted this GIF of this guy standing in front of this huge collection of trash bags. Like, yeah. Oh, this shit had me laughing like an idiot. But he has a question for Sencho.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Cue it.
I'd like to do that. So we did all this. So Sencho's Corner, did that just get deleted? Oh, it's moved down. So I do want to answer this first question. So like always, last week, Robert, you can read it, or you, Justin, you can
I'll
read it.
Justin, go ahead and read.
No, you go ahead and read it, Robert. It's your job.
You want Dust Mites' question?
Yeah, let's do Eddie's question first.
It's not here. I have it here
It's
from
in the
Facebook
page.
Okay, good. So you saw it. Okay. Yo. Does Sancho get it in?
Eduardo, how you doing, my friend? It is I, Sancho Barbosa. Not only do I get it in, my friend, but I get it out, back in, back out, back in. Then I get excited. and tired. Then I fall asleep and I tell her, I called you a leaf. She'll be gone by sunrise.
That answers that one. So we go back to the main thread.
No Uber?
She got a lift, bro. She a one-nighter. You don't call her an Uber.
There's one more from Facebook. I didn't get up there, but here. Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Go ahead.
Dear Sancho, I proudly collect Transformers too. Why do I get disappointed faces from the women I like? Kind regards, Quinturion.
Ay, Quinturion, mi amigo. I'm sorry, but Sancho does not get weird faces. He gets the, how you say, bedroom eyes. I see. Cuando él me mira, yo lo miro a ella, yo le digo, querida, te quiero tirar encima de la cama, hacerte el amor. And then Maria's all like, but Sancho, what about Gloria? And I'm like, but I love you, Maria. I love you and your high beacon score and your responsibility with taxes and your children, all 6 of them with different puppies. I will be number 7. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I can't. I can't finish that. I had nothing. I got really grotesque in Spanish right there.
Okay. Let's see. Dear Sancho. Cue the music. Dear Sancho, when you are swimming in the great blue sea and come across a wandering lady shark, how do you tell if she is interested in Mr. Barbosa? MP.
We answered that last week, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
MP Collector. Okay, sorry, MP. All right, here we go. Okay, here's another one. Good. Sancho, what is your stance on ass to mouth?
That is a interesting question, amigo. You see, there are some times when perhaps A to M is a lot like FA. A to M is a lot like FDAU. That stands for face down, ass up. That's the way Sancho likes to fuck. Sometimes lovemaking can get a little boring and you want to spice it up with some chipotle that she had earlier that morning. And you want to tell her, this is what I taste, Armanda. ¿Por qué no me llama para atrás, desgraciada? And then I tongue her, I'm like, and then she's like, what is that taste? I'm like, you know what that taste is, bitch. Don't even play yourself.
That's from DP Inspector, the #1 Sancho fan bro, Tyler G.
Damn right he is. Goddamn right he is. I love you, Tyler G.
You love knockouts.
This further proves my point. A lot of TF fans in Canada are fucking awesome.
Savages.
Yeah, they are. He is a fucking savage. Some of the memes he posts.
All right. We have one more.
Okay.
Will social distancing be a thing at conventions now? If so, I guess deodorant still won't matter. From Carl B.
My friend, Carlos, I do not go to conventions. Conventions come to Sancho. I sit outside my spaceship. I set up my lawn chair and I crack open an ice cold bottle of Enerhon and I drink it and I say, okay, it's time. And then the cosplayers show up, then the vendors. I sell them spots on my chip, and then they set up shop, and then the convention comes to Sancho. If anyone has the audacity to sleep on Sancho's dick or not shower, I'm not going to lie, Carlos. I will transform into beast mode and possibly eat these individuals.
Did you say people sleeping on Sancho's deck or dick? I just need to see
I do not appreciate your racism, Yossi.
I just needed to know which vowel we were using. So.
Desgraciado. And it's Sancho's dick. Okay, the dick of the sheep.
Okay.
Okay, what do you stand on when you're on the chip? The dick.
Swab the dick.
Yeah, swab the dick. Yeah, see, Roberto gets it. Why not you, Hostin? ¿Qué te pasa?
Oh, it's so good.
That was a good Sancho run on that one.
Filthy.
Immensely ass to mouth question. God damn.
Never heard of a shark doing ass to mouth. Sounds bloody.
So with that being said, a shout out to Spiro Gallos, who fucking called me out on the chat that I'm in. He's like, God damn it, I do listen to your show. And then I just replied back with, shut up. You got one of the sexiest voices I ever heard, you son of a bitch. So as always, I think it's time to call it a day.
A day.
It's a day.
It's a day. So be sure to check out our friends over at the Cool Table Network. Of course, Enter the Realm, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, and all these other podcasts once they get up and running again. Be sure to check out our friends, the Beast Wars lovers over at Stasis Lock. They are amazing guys. I like them a lot. I'm really starting to love that group more and more and more. The Beast Wars Buy Sell Trade group run by the guys over at Stasis Lock. Be sure to check out, of course, our Mr. T2RX6. That's T as in Tom, 2 R as in Robert, X as in Xavier, then the number 6 on YouTube. Great reviews. I've actually caught up on all your Ghostbusters model build ones, man.
Very nice. I gotta put together the next one.
Where the fuck are you gonna put that thing?
I have not decided yet. So I'm
like,
thinking it might go on top of an entertainment center downstairs. So we'll see.
Because I'm like, I'm not even into Ghostbusters, and it's like, I'm kind of glad I'm not, because I'd have to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, just keep in mind that there's a Blitzway one that's just a bit bigger. It actually fits the 1/6 scale Ecto one, or yeah, the 1/6 scale whatever the fuck they are, Ghostbusters, like the Hot Toys type Ghostbusters. And it's freaking huge. But it also, I saw some videos. I'm like, that's disappointing for whatever it was, like $1,400, I believe. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll figure out where this one's gonna go, because it's got to go somewhere, obviously. All right. Well, take us out. We're leaving.
So, as always, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/ShatteredCast. And look us up, of course, on our YouTube channel. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, for the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly, especially during these dire times. We don't, I know that a lot of stuff's being announced, or pre-orders are going up, but I know there's some members in our community that are still probably on furlough or have lost their jobs outright, and our heart goes out to you. So please be responsible with your money. On behalf of me and everyone else on this podcast, we want you to have a nice day somewhere else, and
shut the fuck up, Chip.
Also, happy birthday, Greg.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Greg.
Yes. Happy birthday, Greg. Happy birthday.
Greg couldn't be on the show. He was having birthday sex.
Yeah.
Wee! Wee!
That's the sound he makes when he blows his wad.
Wee!
It's true. So.
All right.
All right, good night.